How's it going, YouTube? About to do another install on the Raptor, but before most, check out that new puppy up there. Pretty sick banner, what you think? Anyways, check what we got going on. Some Baja Designs, XL Sports. So we're gonna do a little modification on the harness. Baja Design gives you this harness, right? And they give you a switch and a relay. Well, I took it apart already. So you got a relay here, fuse, and all this. So what I mean about modifying is we're gonna eliminate the switch, which I already took off, right? And we're gonna use the upfitter harness. So we use our auxiliary switches in the Raptor. So that's what we're gonna do. So as far as this guy goes, instead of spending like $55 on the splitter, I'm gonna make my own splitter. This is what we're gonna do. So here's our 3-pin connector. That's original from Baja Design. Here's to one light. Here's the other connector to the other light. So boom. I got these both cut, so I'm gonna tie these together right here, and then after I tie those together on the other end, I'm gonna make a 2-piece connector. So this will be female end, and here's the upfitter 2-piece connector from Baja Designs. So all we had to spend is about 18-20 bucks on this guy right here, the upfitter harness, instead of spending $55. So I just spent 20 there, and then I used the existing harness that they had already gave me, and I had to eliminate the stuff I wasn't going to use. The reason we're not using the fuse and the relay and all that stuff, because the truck already has its own designated fuse. So I had a little mini brain fart, but this is what we got going. So we got the 2 whites from each light, and then we got the 2 blacks, right? I did a solder connection to heat shrink, and then on this side I ended up getting another 2 leads from the fuse. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it either way. We already have a fuse from the truck side. But anyways, this is what I got going. So red is the power, which is also the white, which is power. Black ground. And then I got a connector on here now. So now I'm about to put the little water resistant plugs in here. That's in the middle. That's what I'm doing right now. Alright, so we went with the ADD off-road brackets, pretty heavy duty. So I'm gonna start getting these installed now on the truck. The first thing we're gonna do for the ADD instructions, right here on the wiper blades, there's like a little metal tab. Not sure if you can kind of see it. We need a flashlight. Much better. So there's a little tab down here where my finger is at. So I'm gonna move that little tab, and then these wiper blades should pop off. So you're gonna do it on both sides. The next thing we're gonna do is this guy right here, all the tabs. We're gonna loosen all these up. So gonna do all those, and then from there there'll be 4 bolts we would have to loosen up and reuse. So be 1 here, 1 there. I believe these are 13 millimeters. So 2 on each side. So 1, 2, and then 2 on the other. So that's 4 in total. So we got a 10 millimeter up here. These were 13 millimeters. So they're both loose, just being held by like a thread or so. Same with the 10 mil up here. You can use painter's tape to protect your paint when you're shoving your tool in there.
1 hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
6 beers later. Pro tip: the passenger side gave me hell while putting on this bracket, so definitely must use painter's tape to protect your paint, or else you're gonna possibly mess it up. I know I would have. So I'm gonna point out something that I had to do. I had to remove the damn antenna completely, and there's a mount, and it's three bolts that secure it. I'm not giving you good clarity, but anyways, you'll be able to see it. It mounts right here, and it's 3 bolts, and they're 7mm. I had to remove that completely. And throughout the process of trying to muscle this over, trying to get it through, I did mar the powder coat on the bracket just a bit, but a little bit of Sharpie, whatever. You won't be able to see it. The light will be there. It is what it is. It's crazy because the driver's sides was super smooth. Didn't touch anything. Fit perfect. I'm not sure why the passenger side gave me so much hell. But yeah, finally, after 6 beers and some cuss words, no doubt, these have been the most expensive brackets I ever bought my whole entire life. Look at that boo-boo. No fun. I should have listened and got the SDHQ bracket instead. Forever gonna hate that bracket.
Damn it, focus! I'm sorry. Okay, let's just try it again.
Alright, now we're gonna install these little brackets onto the lights. This is all supplied by Baja Designs. She looks so good. Got the driver's side on. So I went with the middle slot. So we have 3 positions, all the way in the front, middle, the back. Looks like the middle one looks pretty good to me. Might make some adjustments here on tilting it. We'll leave it like that for now. Now it's time to do the passenger side. Oh my. Am I ready for the passenger side? I don't know.
Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
Yeah, so the bottom, these are 9/16, and then the side bolts would be 7/16. So here goes my white harness that I made. Put wire loom on everything. Now I'm gonna do the test of tape. Just gonna go ahead and send it. Hopefully it works out. If not, then it's gonna suck.
How long is this going to take?
I was already done with the wire loom and the test of tape and all that stuff, but I had way too much harness. I literally had to run it all the way back, and it was ugly. So I started all over, and here's one piece to the opposite side of the battery, the side that's closer to the battery, so I made it a lot smaller. And then I also, on my upfitter harness, I made a little plug, 1-pin connector, and we're gonna tap into a 10 amp, which is brown wire, and it's also, I also put a connector there too. So I'm just gonna put connectors on all these, so it'll be a lot easier. Alright, so all the wires are hidden. Before we had all the excess and it was going underneath, right on top of the engine bay. It looked ugly, it was horrible. So I literally cut off about maybe 20 inches of the harness on one side and then a lot more on the opposite end. So I ended up tucking everything down here. So underneath the cowl. Then I came out through here This little flap, zip tie it there. The connectors down there, lights, need my Y, then the harness. I did have an excess of the upfitter harness I bought, but you know, it got a little late on me. But anyways, it's pretty tucked away here. I did make a 1-pin connector, then my ground ended up being right here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Right where my fingers at. I just took off the existing bolt and then put my little upfitter ground there. Well, now to do the final test to see if this actually works. Yeah. Call me a magician. Look at that. Super sick. Alright folks, if y'all don't believe me that I got this working, I can't even believe it myself. Check this out. Aux 4. Damn, that shit's fucking bright. Hell yeah. Well, hope you guys enjoy this content. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace out. Hold up, wait a minute. Check this out. This is all the lighting you get now. And when I turn on the ditch lights, damn, that's just fucking powerful.